Hello, 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 and welcome once again to Movies That Pop. I'm the Kernel. Let's see what popped up in theaters this week. The Coen Brothers returning to the stylish, droll slapstick of The Hudsucker Proxy and Oh Brother Where Art Thou, but with slightly less impressive results in Hail Caesar, a love letter to old Hollywood studio filmmaking. As always, the Coens create a vivid visual experience shot once again by master DP Roger Deakins and immerse the audience in a fully realized world. But the story being told here meanders to such a degree and the laughs are so few and far between that I can't ultimately recommend it to anyone but die-hard cinephiles, and even they might find themselves as disappointed as I was. That's it for the capsule review. Now let's get in depth. Hail Caesar takes place on a Hollywood studio lot in the 1950s and centers around one day in the life of Eddie Mannix, president of production for a major motion picture studio. Over the course of this one day, he'll put out a variety of public relations fires, strike a blow for capitalism, and attempt to quit smoking, all while pondering a move to a cushy job outside the entertainment industry. Along the way, we are introduced to a variety of classic Hollywood archetypes: the gossip columnist with a funny hat, the singing cowboy, the stuffy British director. There's a huge cast of amazing character actors in tiny 1 or 2 scene roles here. They're all seen making versions of the classic film genres of the period: tap dancing musicals, westerns, refined dramas, biblical epics, and Busby Berkeley-style aquatic mermaid numbers. Each one of these films gets its own long showcase scene, and they exist not really for laughs or to move the plot along, but simply as loving homages. However, while it's nice to see a pitch-perfect homage, and again, they are beautifully shot, they really don't further the plot. Hence, the best thing about the movie is also the biggest drag on its running time. This is because the scenes that do advance the plot advance it exactly nowhere. One entire story thread, and the one most heavily promoted in the ads, involves movie star George Clooney getting kidnapped for ransom by a group calling itself The Future. This plot goes from unfunny to uninteresting to just slow to, in the end, just confounding. Who the Future is, what they want, how their plan is going to be executed, and what they end up doing with the ransom, it's just a massive swing and a miss. It's a head scratcher, like, what? As are the rest of the smaller plots presented in the film. Every now and again there will be a scene or two whose comedy rhythms just work, such as the scene in which Mannix gathers together various religious authorities in a room to discuss whether his biblical epic could possibly offend anyone. That gave me a few chuckles. Or the scene in which Ray Fiennes tries to get his twangy southern cowboy actor to say just one line properly.
Say your line exactly as I'm about to, just as I'm about to do.
Sure, okay.
Would that it were so simple.
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 My dear boy, why do you say that? Why do you say twere?
Well, you should say it like I said it.
Yes.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple.
Watch my mouth. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Keep your head still. Would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
Would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
No, don't say trippingly. Say the line trippingly.
These scenes are the rare scenes that generate any laughs, and even then, they're mild laughs at best. And the movie never really gets going and finds its rhythm. When the Coen Brothers are firing on all cylinders, you end up with such wildly divergent successes like Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Fargo, Barton Fink, True Grit, and The Big Lebowski. Other times, you get lady killers. You never get an outright dud. I mean, there was a lot about lady killers that I liked, and there's a fair amount to like and appreciate here, especially the various homages to classic films. Anytime during this movie that you get a chance to glimpse inside one of those big sound stages, it's fun to look at, but it's just window dressing. The movie itself just doesn't tell a story that's all that interesting or entertaining. It is with a heavy heart that I award Hail Caesar a small bag of popcorn. There's some mild amusement to be found here, and it's fun recognizing the various movies being referenced if you're into films of that era, but there's really nothing to latch onto from an entertainment standpoint as a compelling enough reason to plunk down your money for a ticket. Here's hoping that the Coen Brothers can bounce back and give us something better next time. That does it for this edition of Movies That Pop. Don't forget to follow me, the Kernel, on Twitter @moviesthatpop, and click the icon right down there to visit our channel. You'll be able to view all of our other videos, and more importantly, click subscribe so that we can keep doing what we do. In the meantime, leave your comments below and click the thumbs up if you like what you heard. Thanks for watching. I'm the Kernel. Now cut, print, check the gate, and we're moving on!